Hi, it's me, JC, back with another Ceramic Hour live stream. Okay, so I am working on trying to get some glazing done. So I thought we'd just finish up what I was working on in this stream. I don't know. I mean, I do have a bunch of other things that need to be underglazed, but I don't think I'm gonna do those when I'm back on Thursday. Again, I won't be streaming Tuesday or Wednesday, so that's February 6th and 7th. So I don't know. I still have to kind of decide. But I just thought we would continue doing this because I wanted to finish this over the weekend, but didn't quite get to that. Okay, so I have 3 pots here to do. We're gonna get started with the Coyote Ivory Crystal. This is a cone 5/6 glaze. And then we'll see if we get to this one over here. I want to do so this one is Amico's Saguaro, which is a Celadon. And then I want to coat it with a white satin, but I'm not sure if we will get to doing that one. We'll just see how long this takes. I got a little piece of paper here just because I don't want any dry clay bits to go onto my board here. So let me tilt this down. So these 2 pots, for the inside, I have Georgie's White Cloud, and then on the outside, we're gonna do this Ivory Crystal. Ivory Crystal is not, is it not food safe? It is non-toxic. What else does it say on here? Oh, okay. Not recommended for food use. This glaze may scratch easily or become discolored, or may have texture that is unsuitable for food surfaces. Okay, so that's why we're going to be putting it on the outsides of these, which is totally fine. And then, of course, the White Cloud that I have for the inside is food safe. Okay, so I am not a pro at figuring out how to suitably mix up these pre-mixed glazes. Getting the consistency right, and I'm not entirely sure about what the heck is going on sometimes. Some of them brush on so nice, and then some of them are super clumpy and are having issues, and they dry really fast, or they're too liquidy, and all kinds of things. So this is not really this is how you do it. This is just I'm just trying my best, and you just happen to be here watching me. Okay? I was having some major issues this weekend with some, and then other ones were just, they went on like a dream, and it was awesome and perfect. So just so you know, I'm not entirely sure about certain things. So I have a little, I don't know, this is just a little plastic, it's kind of for sculpting, that I'm just kind of mixing it around. It seems like there's, I don't really like how this looks. It seems like there's just water on the top, but the rest of it is very, when I go deep down and grab it up, it's it's very liquidy too. A lot of the times if there's it's very watery on the top, it's very solid at the bottom. Not entirely sure. I don't really like how this looks. I'm not entirely sure what to do about this, but we're just going to, you're just gonna watch me and do what the heck I do, and we are going to hope for the best. Oh gosh. So I do like to just kind of like get this thing in there and stir it around, see what we've got. I do have this, this is a milk frother. Typically it really doesn't do, it's not really able to mix these up very much. But what I like to do is just like manually like swirl it around and just try to like mix it this way, if that helps. I really want to, like, it's very different from the top and then near the bottom. I don't know, I don't think I've seen one act like this. This isn't the first time I've used this glaze. I did use it like literally twice. Okay, the last time we did glazing, I did 2 pots with it. I don't particularly remember it acting like this. I am not really sure about what the heck it's doing. It is like a crystal glaze. I don't know a ton about crystal glazes. I just put one on this weekend, and it literally has just an actual like chunk of it sticking off of the pot, and that's not this case. So I don't know if those are like the crystals. See, you can see them like a darker mass like lift up and then it just falls back down. I kind of think that might be a crystal thing. Let's see what happens if I try to stir it. Okay, you can see how slow it's going because it is really thick. And as I get to the top, it's like, it usually does this. But it really doesn't do a whole lot for glazes other than just like, it's kind of nice to like manually mix around sometimes. Alrighty, well, I don't know. Let's see what we've got. This is my mom's picture that we've been working on, and I've got this very nice Mako fan brush. It seems a bit thicker than the watercolor brush, like fan brushes that I have. So I do really like it. Like, look how nice. It just, I don't know. I feel like it brushes the glaze on differently compared to some of my other brushes that I have. I don't know, but I do really like it. And I do plan on getting some more. This is not some kind of Mako sponsored video, by the way. I'm just... You can tell by my follower count this is not sponsored. Yeah, I just really like this brush. I just happened to grab one at the ceramic store, and I was like, I don't know, let's try this out. I had to like grab some other brushes too, at like anyway, so I was like, whatever. Okay, so it's going on here like very, very thinly. Which, I don't know, it's going on nicely, but it is very thin. Okay. So I'm gonna like just like tap on the top here just to make sure we get a coating of some kind of glaze. I did like bring up the other one to the top, but kind of like wiped it off at the sides and such. So it's fine. I'm fine with it overlapping a little bit. I don't know if you guys can really see exactly where the inside glaze ends. Okay. All right, we'll just set that off to the side and just kind of like wait for that to dry a tad. I don't know, because this is like a crystal one, I kind of want to make sure that we mix this well, like in between coats that we're doing. In case this like darker brown is like the crystals, or I guess it doesn't really matter. Whatever it is, it's different, and we want to have a good, we want to make sure our mixture has like all of the glaze components incorporated. Let's just get this on. This is very watery and it's a little concerning. I have no idea if that's bad or anything. I do have a notebook off to the side where I note anything that seems a little bit strange. So because this is going on in such a thin application, maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll do 4 coats. I think that would be fine. Typically, they say on the bottle to do 2 or 3. Yeah, that's what this one says. Apply 2 or 3 coats to bisque with a soft brush, alternating in stroke direction. So, but I don't know. It's so thin, though. It's a little concerning. So I think I might do 4 coats. I'm just tapping the edges here for any areas that do not have glaze on it from the either the inside or outside glaze. Okay. All right, and I do want to get the bottom coated too. Oh, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see the glaze beading up over here because I put a wax resist around here, and I love using the wax resist. It seems so much faster than wiping the glaze off of your pots. And the wax resist, you don't have to do anything with it. You just put it in the kiln and then it just burns off in the kiln, and it is really nice. Obviously, like, I do take a sponge and like I'll wipe up these little beads, you know, any of that, but otherwise otherwise, like, it's really great. I don't think I want to put glaze on the bottom. I see that I didn't wax resist like right along this edge. I do think like if it's too shallow, the glaze could drip down and then touch the shelf, and you wouldn't want that. So I'm just gonna leave the bottom unglazed. Okay, let's just mix this up again real quick. If you don't like mix your glaze well, particularly if you have like a large quantity, such as like, I don't know, like gallons of glaze, it is really important to mix them up really well, or else your glaze can turn out differently. And you probably don't want that. You probably want to know what your glaze is going to turn out as. I've seen that at the studio that I took classes at the university. It's really weird because the test tiles that we had hung on the wall, I'm trying to figure out how to hold this. The example that it was showing, I figured out was by not mixing the glaze well. And it was just like maybe it just like sat for a while, and it was supposed to be remixed with the hand drill, or like something, but it was not mixed well, and that is how it came out with this like it came out with this very beautiful look that I I like tried like for a while trying to like replicate it. And it took me so long because I was mixing the glaze really well, and that's not how that's not how the person that made the test towel did it. So just so you know, it really does it really can change your results sometimes. I've heard it doesn't change so much if you have very small quantities. People that I've talked to on the ceramic Reddit say that it doesn't matter that much if you're working in like smaller quantities. They did say there's like some kind of exception, I think, to to crystals or something, crystal glazes, something like that. But they really said that like it's not a huge deal to like have like a really good mixer for like pints and like very small quantities of glaze. I have a pint here of glaze. Whereas like I think it's like maybe when you get to the gallon size or so, maybe larger than that, is when you need to like really mix the glaze up really well, because the different components are just kind of like floating around, and if they sit long enough they're gonna float to the bottom, and they're not gonna reach your pot when you like either dunk it in there or you're just, you know, dunking your brush in. That kind of stuff. And this is why I'm not really like, I don't have a ton of experience like glazing like in this way, because for the longest time I was like just using glazes at the university, and they were just like pre-mixed for us. We really didn't like change them ever. Like we didn't add water to them, we didn't flocculate them or anything. I don't know, I think our teacher like kept an eye on them and maybe he did it, I'm not really sure. But like those are like, at least like with the these ones that I get that are just like pre-made, I find that like when I open them they might be like really hard, and then they'll have like a bunch like they'll be very watery at the top, and I have to mix them and like, I don't know, try to figure out how to fix it. Sometimes when I add water to them, like it's really weird. Like you can just see the water go onto the pot and then it just like instantly dries and then leaves like barely any glaze. But then it's like, okay, if I don't do that, then it's like really hard to even get it on the brush and like brush on, and yeah, I have like no idea. Unless it's going on like really well like this. Like otherwise I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what the heck is going on. I have to see if there are any like YouTube videos or anything. Kind of like, I don't know, troubleshooting like mixing your clay in that way, but like I'm not sure how easy that would be to search, because if you just put in like mixing your glaze, it's gonna be a bunch of people doing videos on like mixing your glaze from like the raw ingredients and stuff. So luckily this is going on very nicely. Okay, so we've got 3 coats for the picture. This isn't too bad. I don't know if we need like a fourth coat. It's looking really good. Maybe we'll just do the 3. Okay, so we've done the bottom. I think we went this way. The last time. You want to alternate the direction that you're brushing on, and just like vary it. I have seen with some of my glazes, or at least I think particularly this one that I have, you can actually see the brush strokes. Like, it's a glaze. It's supposed to be like moving a bit. It's kind of weird that this one that glaze that I have, like, you can see the brush strokes. Wow, we were supposed to probably mix this before we applied it. It's fine. Maybe. I get really distracted when we're doing the live stream. Okay, I'm gonna try really hard to like hold this gently and not drop it. Okay. All right. And let's just go around and tap the top with some color. I just want to make sure that we get this rim coated with glaze. Hate to have a rim that does not have glaze on it. That would be probably pretty awful. Okay. So it's a little bit wet. Let's check out the rim on this one. I don't know. I wonder if we should put a fourth coat on. It doesn't seem too bad, but this one glaze that I have, if you like 3 coats doesn't even, it's not enough for like this one glaze that I have. That is a very particular glaze. Okay, I think maybe we'll do a fourth coat. I don't really like that it is not quite dry. It's a little bit darker in these areas because it's still drying. Okay, I think maybe we should do 4, just in case. I don't think that's like terribly like, I don't think that's like a bad idea, because like if I was doing 2 glazes on this, I would be doing like 4 or 6 coats total. So that would be like 2 per glaze, possibly 2 per glaze, or possibly 3 coats per glaze. So I don't know. I guess we will go ahead and do a 4th coat. I might put this on a kiln cookie just in case. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the label and see if it might be a little runny. I don't know. I think I've heard that like crystals tend to run a bit or something. Crystal glazes. I think like sometimes the label will tell you. I don't think it's all the time, but I think sometimes labels will. I do know my Laguna glazes, they do note that. It's like really big text on the bottle that it'll say that it's very runny. Okay. Trying to I'm trying to grab it, but it just needs a couple seconds to like dry a tad. It's like very wet. I wonder if we'll get to that. I think we'll get to that this green pot that I have over here. It's very slightly green. Okay, I think it's okay to touch now. Just be like really gentle with it. Okay. So now we have 4 coats on the picture, and I think we'll just do another one here. I won't do one on the bottom just because it doesn't need to be like that thick or anything. Isn't this brushing on just like so amazing? I was like really struggling yesterday with some of, or I think like one in particular, really. And this is just like so nice. It's such a nice like refresher. It's just kind of like very, I don't know, it's kind of like fun to just like quickly brush it on and not be struggling with it and all of that. Okay, I think I touched where it was a little bit wet, so I'm just gonna touch it there and then just kind of lift this up a little bit. Okay. Perfect. Just touch that again, and it's still wet wherever the heck I touched it. All right. Something I forgot to get is my little water cup. I'm just gonna go grab that real quick. Okay, so what I do, is I like to move this thing off to the side. So what I do with my stuff, so I have a little water cup here. It already has a little bit of glaze and stuff in it. So we're just gonna wipe the glaze off of our little mixer here. And then what I do with this little cup is I have a bucket off to the side that specifically has like this like mixture of watered down glaze and underglaze in it. And I don't know, it just sits there. This one time it actually got down to like not having any water in it. It just dried out because it had gone so long without me glazing anything. I don't know, it's never gotten full. Not yet. There are a couple of things like you could do with it. You could like bring it to like a specific kind of like like place to like dispose it. Like waste services have specific things for like for glazes that need to be disposed of. If it wasn't so watered down, you could and it was a little bit more of a regular consistency of glaze, you could well, of course, either like use it just like, you know, just brush it on, or dip some pot in it and just see what it turns out to be. I've heard people that do that, it usually turns out like brown or something. Good to know. Or you can like you could just like pour it like pretty far up into like a cup, or maybe like a large bowl or something, and then just like get it fired. Those are a few things that you could do. Okay, where's my plastic? So I don't know if it helps, but I put this plastic over my thing, over my glaze bottle. And then I'm just gonna put this here. I don't know if it helps, but I do it anyway to try and get it to not dry out so fast. Alright, so here we have Georgie's white satin. I don't know, maybe I'm only having problems with the Georgie's glazes. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look into it. Is this my stinky one? I think this is the stinky one. Ew. It's not so bad. I poured like some bleach in it. Someone said that was okay to do. Okay, I'm just gonna like mix it up a little bit. I can't remember how this one was acting, but I did use this on the last batch that I glazed, which was not that long ago. I think I did a couple pieces with it like a week ago. I don't know, it just like, I think it came like moldy or something. It like, you can see like it has like this orangey brown, like ambery kind of brown, not the like glaze color brown around the rim of it, but it's like kind of like ambery color. I think that's the part that stinks. Somebody told me that it was fine to put bleach, like a little bit of bleach in it to kill the bacteria. And I'm really hoping that it doesn't mess up the glaze. Like, hopefully not. Okay. This consistency doesn't look too bad. Alright. The consistency is pretty like even, so I don't feel the need to put this little frother in there. Okay, so this is the slab cup that we'd have. On the inside, you can't see it right now, but on the inside I have put some Bisquick in there. Hopefully we won't have any problems with it, but it will, like, it wouldn't surprise me if we did have any problems with it, because again, these slab cups that I made have had quite a few problems, so it's fine. Out of the 4 that we made, it's fine if this one doesn't make it because we had so many problems. Actually, I think mostly one problem, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. Okay. So this one's going on. It's going on nicely. It's pretty thick. It's a little bit thicker than the last one. And then again, this one is Amico's Saguaro over Georgie's white satin. And these are also cone 5-6 glazes. And both of these are food safe too. I just like touched it and it was wet and I didn't like it. Okay, I think I can hold it there now. It's really hard to hold it. Okay, and I don't particularly like want to like overlap like brush strokes too much, but I don't think it's too bad, maybe. You do want to try to make the like each coat like as even as you can. I can see some of the green over here, so I'm just like dabbing that there. And then let's go on the inside. Kind of like struggling a little bit. Trying to get this on here. And then I'm just trying to watch it carefully and make sure that we are not missing any spots. It's really easy to tell, at least right now, because we have the other one, which is very light green. And it's easy to see. But some of these get a little hard to tell. Like the second coat might be a little bit harder to tell if we get all the, I don't know, I just try my best to, oops, I don't want to touch anything that's wet. I just try my best to like, go in a line in like, one direction or something and not just like whipping the brush around randomly, at least like try like help keep track of like where we are. Obviously right now it's really easy to tell, but once you get like that first coat on, like the second and third might be a little trickier to see like where the second coat starts, and such. What you can do is what I've been doing with some of them over this weekend, you can take a little pencil and just, like, you know, with a circle, you can just like mark like a line or something with, you know, where it starts and ends. Because the pencil's just gonna burn off in the kiln, so it's not gonna do anything to your piece. Okay, so let's just do like another coat on the bottom here. I hope that's not too much. I'm trying to make this even. I don't really know why it's like has some bubbles. The glaze I was working with yesterday, I like brushed it on and like immediately it was just like bubbling. I have no idea. At least on the outside, generally you can see like the direction of the coats. So you can see this is going this way and those are going that way. But again, it's harder to see the directions and stuff when you're glazing the inside of the coat. Okay, we've got a couple little air bubbles I'm trying to cover with some glaze. Or they're not really bubbles, they're just they were bubbled and then they like popped. So I'm just kind of like trying to coat those with some glaze. I'm hoping those are not gonna be an issue. I think if you had like a really runny glaze, it would not be an issue because like the glaze is gonna move. But if your glaze doesn't move very much, I'm not sure. Sometimes I just kind of just hope that like it, you know, when it melts in the kiln, it's gonna just kind of like fill up small areas like that. Like you can see over here, there are a couple. I do typically go and like take a tiny pointed brush and put some glaze on top of them. And, or I'd like kind of like fill them in. Sometimes there are just like so many though. Okay. This is just like the tiniest bit I need to get at the bottom. I'm gonna get the rim right now because I don't want to forget. Nah, this glaze it is stinky still. I think, I'm not really sure, I think it has like a slight like hint of like the bleach. But I think it also like smells like kind of like that moldy whatever. I don't know. Mold, bacteria, I don't know. Whatever is being stinky. Oh. It's not that bad. It's a lot better than like it was earlier, but it's like it's just, you know, it's just annoying. Like, if there's any, like, mold or bacteria or whatever in the glaze, that's not an issue. It's just gonna burn up in the kiln, and it shouldn't, like, change your glaze or anything, like the color or, like, it really shouldn't affect it in any way. It's just annoying, I think. As far as I know, it's really just kind of an annoyance to have to sit here and like smell. Okay, I think I can kind of see where we started the second coat. Okay, cool. All right, well, I think we can do our third coat now. We are being so productive. I love this. Oh no, I'm like banging it around. Well, I'm really glad that these went on very nicely because I was kind of worried that these ones were going to have some issues and then I was going to be like, I have no idea how to fix them. I don't want to look like such an idiot to you guys, okay? Sometimes I kind of know what I'm doing, and there are definitely times where I don't, and I don't know. I feel like they show up a lot more on the live stream than, like, in actuality. Like, I don't know how to phrase this. I feel like I'm, like, in the ratio of, like, what happens on live stream, like, there are a lot more struggles happening than what actually happened in, like, what I'm normally doing, I guess. I don't know if that quite makes sense. Okay, it's a little... Where did that chunk come from? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna try hold it at the bottom. Okay. And then let's do the inside. I would prefer, like, I think you've probably noticed maybe that the inside I've only been going vertically with the strokes. I think it'd be really hard to try and get any horizontal strokes in here. I would prefer to do horizontal if I could. Like if it was like the inside of a bowl or something where I could get that angle, but can't quite do that here. I'm not sure where we ended or where we started going around here. Just kind of like guessing. Okay, let's do the rim before I forget. Okay. Yes. I wonder if how many coats I did? I think I did 2. Yeah, I did 2 coats of the white satin on the bottom. It's looking very, I don't know, different. Okay, let's do a 3rd coat, I guess. Yeah. I don't want to put like that much on the bottom, but I also don't want it to look weird either. Okay. So let's take a tiny brush and then just kind of like dab at these little tiny holes. I don't know if you can see them. They're kind of a lot. A lot of them are very small though, so I'm not really sure if they're really gonna be like an issue or anything. Okay. I'm kind of mostly trying to just like smush the glaze into the little holes. Really just kind of like fill it up, and I don't want like a huge glob like sitting around it. Maybe that would do something weird. Okay. I don't know, some of these aren't looking too bad. Just imagine like the people at the studio, like they get my stuff and they're just like, wow, you struggled, didn't you? Oh my gosh. The last time I was there, they were like, the lady was like, oh, we're always like so surprised, like how do you get your stuff here in one piece? And I was like, one time I literally asked them, I was like, I think it's kind of weird how I bring this stuff here, but like how do other people bring it here? And they're just like, just whatever works. I feel like when I leave, they talk about me. They're like, oh my gosh, did you see that girl? That girl always like brings her stuff in on like bulletin boards. Or like, have you seen the girl that brings in her stuff on bulletin boards? What a weirdo. I just feel like they talk about me, like they know me. The last time I was there, so I did a pickup and a drop off, and I didn't even like have to say my name. She just like remembered me, and I was like, oh no, you remember me? What about me stands out to you? I just feel like they talk about me. Oh my gosh. All right. This was perfect. We just have a few minutes, really, and we can just kind of like clean up a bit. I'm gonna wipe these down off stream just because like there's a lot of like pouring the water into the bucket and the bucket's off to the side and whatever, but I really just take a sponge and get some water on it, wipe this off, pour it into that little like cup that I have a few times, just like back and forth between there. Then I pour the water into my bucket, and just until this looks nice. I might even go above where the wax is if I'm a little bit worried that the glaze is gonna run more than what I put on here for wax. Or like we did just make some kiln cookies. I don't think the cookies are ready. They have to be bisque fired first, but the studio does have some kiln cookies if I need to use them. Yeah. I'm so happy that we got these done. I really wanted to get them done. Yesterday I stayed up till like I think almost midnight. I went to bed at midnight, but I was really hoping to like finish all of these off. Just, I don't know. I just wanted to get it all done and get the glaze stuff out of my way. I hate it like all sitting around and stuff. In addition to like the other stuff I have, like earlier, I think you could see like I have some reclaim drying on here, and I don't know, it's just a mess. I don't really like when it's a mess, despite it always being a mess. Yeah, so I'm hoping so one of these days, possibly later today or tomorrow or something, I'm gonna get my invoice for the batch of glazed pieces that I dropped off. And then once I get the invoice, then that means my pieces have been loaded into the kiln, and then I just need to give them 3 days from that day. And then I can go pick up those glazed pieces, and I'm going to be dropping off a load of glazed pieces too. I'm so excited. I just feel like I've been like so productive. I mean, it's been a long time since the last time we dropped off things for being glazed, other than literally just last week. Like, it's been like, I think some things have been sitting around for like 3 months or something. It's been a long time. And I think we even have, if I actually got to them, I have 2 bats full of like small plates, like kind of like jewelry dishes, maybe a little bit bigger than that, and the necklaces that if I got them done, maybe like by the time this stuff goes into the kiln and comes back, maybe we can even do another glaze drop off. I don't know how long that stuff is going to take me. Of course, the underglaze things take a lot longer than just like, it's pretty quick to just figure out which pieces are going to be glazed and just applying that. But then the other glaze things, I want to like draw out the designs, and then I might have to do some color mixing with the underglazes, and just trying to figure that out might take a while. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so many things to be coming. And of course, just like last time, once I get those pieces that are glazed back from the kiln, we'll do like a little kiln reveal on the stream of how they turned out. This time I'm going to try and like, it should be a lot easier for me to tell you which glaze combinations. The last time we had so many, it was really hard for me to remember and like go through my notes. A lot of the things looked really the same. But this one, we do not have as many pieces. A lot of them are larger bowls, I think. Or no, it's not larger bowls. A lot of it is textiles and things that we've already glazed in the live stream before. But yeah, we'll do a reveal and I'll show you that stuff. All right, well, that is our stream. I hope you enjoyed it. So if you're watching on Twitch, be sure to follow along so you know when we jump on for a live stream. I do streams typically Monday through Friday at 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific time. Again, I will not be streaming on February 6th and 7th because I will be at work, but we will be back on the 8th on Thursday. All of the videos will be uploaded to YouTube at Callie & Co. You can check out our live stream playlist there, where I have all of our live stream videos, just all on one playlist for you to watch nonstop if you wanted. Yeah, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube so you know when I have new videos coming out. a majority of it is the live stream because they happen nearly every day. But of course, we have a couple of videos of like ceramic tutorials. I'm trying to find time to make more of those, so more to come. And then there are also a couple of other videos on there touching on small handmade business related topics and just kind of like general like art related topics, things like for any artist really. And yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining and watching the video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And I will catch you guys on Thursday. All right. Bye.